The incursion has entered orbit around the planet Vulcan disguised as the USS Lake Gulf. Using coordinates from the Borg cube, our sensors have found a base within a particularly treacherous region on Vulcan's surface. The information from the Borg indicates that the base has recently become a major facility for the Warden's operations. Sensors have detected a large force of Vulcans guarding the area. The away team must rely on all their training to succeed here.
Well, that's kind of what I was expecting. Welcome to Mission 17.
Now.
Warden base on Vulcan, and we're in the heart of the Federation. Now, I would say Evan is a complete necessity for this mission, and do not let the length of this mission fool you. This mission is freaking hard. And I really, really mean it. This mission is really hard. The only leeway they give you is that you are basically able to bring absolutely everything. I'm bringing concussion grenades with Captain Rebellion, full-on sniper rifles, cloaking band. I am bringing everything to this, and I'll need it.
Your primary objective is to make your way to the main processing terminal and download all information pertaining to the Wardens or the Serum. Your team must not allow the Vulcans to activate the security system. If you are detected, you must stop the Vulcans before they can reach the security panels.
Yep, so this is full-on stealth. And the other downside of this is that Vulcans are probably about the same strength as Klingons, or maybe a bit stronger. They take a lot more, they take quite a lot of firepower to drop. Even with enhanced phasers, you're going to need to hit them 3 or 4 times. They're also quite fast. So, you know, we've been used to dealing with the Borg, but the Vulcans are a complete and utter different kettle of fish. But fortunately, we don't have to worry about them adapting to our weapons.
Ready to go.
This part of this mission is incredibly short in terms of what you actually have to do, but you have to get everything absolutely perfect. I would say that the final 2 missions, because there's only this and 1 more mission left, but the final 2 missions are basically polar opposites in terms of how the missions develop. I would say this mission is the ultimate test of accuracy for this game. You know, you can get away with certain things, but you have to get most things completely spot on. Whereas the final mission is more a war of efficiency. Basically, no one thing is going to make you lose the mission. But you can build up to a certain, you can build up to a point where it's not possible to win anymore, or it's incredibly, incredibly hard to win. And so that's more like Death of 1,000 Cuts. This is just straight up, you screw up, the mission's over. The first bit is these 3 on this ridge. There is a terminal over to the right hand side. You've got to not allow them to activate it, basically. So the one on the left doesn't really accomplish anything. There's the terminal. That white terminal is what we have to stop them getting to. If a Vulcan gets to that and hits the button, then that's mission over, and they will go for that button if they see a dead body, or if they see... most Vulcans will actually get into combat with you rather than go straight for the terminal, but some will also just go straight for the terminal. Okay, they both turn their backs, so staying just outside their audible range. Let's kill. Okay, and definitely on this mission, definitely beam the body away. And I'm also picking up the Vulcan phaser, and the reason for this is that I'm going to be using grenades quite liberally to take out groups, and therefore I want to pick up the Vulcan phaser just in case I need to use it. Now, I'd rather not, because even with 5 of us firing at once, I don't think that 5 Vulcan phasers is enough to take down a Vulcan. You basically need enhanced phasers and phaser rifles to do it, but just about got there on that one. Now, fortunately, the guy patrolling below can't see up onto this ledge. So let's get rid of that body. And let's pick up the Vulcan phasers just in case, or am I going to bother this time?
Товарищ.
Okay, let's get the Vulcan phaser, and that's part 1 of this mission over with. It comes really, I would say, in probably 4 parts, this mission. 4, yeah. I think that's part 1. We're just coming up to part 2 here, which is this bridge. As you can see, we can still see what vaporized people can see, apparently. Yeah, this part is definitely rough. This needs an absolutely perfect grenade throw. It is possible to kill both of them with 1 grenade, but you literally have to be you have to be right, you know, sort of within microns. So therefore, I'm nowhere near that good. Well, I have done it, but I choose to use a sniper and a concussion grenade at this point, or at least I do now. Initially, I was trying to be, you know, I was trying to be cool. I was trying to do it with the 1 grenade, and that was basically when I came up to the point, you're not cool. It's like, you know, you're not cool, you're not good, and it's just an absolute pain to do it. So it took me a few attempts. Let's just say that it took me, let's just say, more than a couple. In fact, I will reveal how many attempts it took me once I've got Marcus in position here. You'll note one of them can't ever see past the little gap in the wall there. The other one can, but his vision is blocked, and he circles. And yes, this is my 15th attempt at getting me right. It is, however, the first attempt at going the concussion grenade plus sniper route.
Right
and I
on.
think that's just way easier, and it's one of the reasons to bring Singe in on these sorts of missions. Let's make sure he's got a clear shot. Yes, he does. Because the thing is, there's a terminal right there. So if you don't kill them both at the same time, the other one just runs for the terminal, and that's it. So on the second bounce, fired the sniper. Oh, I'm almost on third there, but I should be okay. Yep, got them both. And then get in there quickly with Brexham, because there are 2 patrols, one on the other side of the bridge and one who's on a ridge just below it, who, if they come by and see the bodies, will sound an alarm, and that'll be the end of that. Yep, there's one of them, and the other one is on the bridge below. So that is part 2 of the mission done. Now what we've got to do is kill that guy who's on the middle ridge there, and we also have to kill the guy below. Now, for some reason, this guy below can see over the ridges, and this is one of the sort of, I would say it's probably a graphical problem of the time, that it wasn't really very good at displaying. It wasn't really very good at displaying 3D, so you can't really tell what's above you, what's not, and what's in sight, what's out of sight, that sort of thing. So we basically have, this is going to have to be a combo kill, these 3. It's going to have to be a grenade plus a sniper rifle again. There's no real way we can take out all 3 of them at once, and again with 1 shot, and again we have to take them all out at once, because there's another terminal right there. And to make matters worse, we've also got to kill this guy coming back over the middle without the dude who's patrolling seeing his body. So, you know, this is going to be difficult, let's just put it that way. It takes a few attempts again. But basically what I have to do is wait for this guy to turn round, or at least have him walk in that blind spot just behind the... you'll see there's a blind spot there just behind the rock formation. So let's bring our guys forward to extend the bridge, and then we're going to make an attempt at this. It is very strange that this contagion has originated on Vulcan. It's really it's odd how it's odd how this contagion has spread out from Vulcan. You would think it came from Romulan space or something like that. In fact, the Klingons were the first to see it, and here's the final phase of the mission that we're going to have to go through, and there's all sorts of Vulcans going on here. As you can see, these patrol routes sort of end up overlapping each other at a certain point, so once they do, we're going to be in a good position to take these guys out. But it really is, at this point, it's just patience. All it is just straight up patience. You just have to wait. And as I said, in other missions you can afford to be a little bit gung-ho about it, or there are very obvious holes in security. This mission, no such thing. There is no such thing as a hole in the security this time round. So I'm just bringing the guys forward at this point. I'm trying to get a bead on their visual cones, see how far they see forward. Okay. So he can see to there. Where can he see? Right, okay. So he's off again. But as you can see, they're catching up with each other now. So on the next bypass, I think that it'll be right. So let's extend the bridge. And yeah, this is what stealth requires in this game.
Of course.
Just checking who does and who doesn't have a Vulcan phaser. You don't, so pick one up.
Aye, sir.
Because I am well aware that the last, the last part of this mission can be a massive firefight if you don't get it right. I have seen a lot of people. One of the reasons I decided to do a away team was the fact that there wasn't a full English walkthrough on YouTube, or at least one that I hadn't seen. As you can see, I just loaded there, but there wasn't a full English walkthrough that I've seen on it, and most of the walkthroughs that I saw were German, and one of the problems, obviously, number one, I didn't entirely understand what they were saying, and number two, you got to look at this mission and just saw the utter cacophony that was being caused. I'm going to wait until they turn their back here before I snipe this guy down. Okay, let's just see what he can see. Right, he can't see there. Good. Sinjin, take him down. Got him. Okay, Brexa, get in there and get rid of that body. Okay, so that's pretty much phase 2 complete now. So now it's on to phase 3, which is killing those 3 at the bottom of the screen, and it's also killing the 2 that are around the nanite pod, but they're not too much of a problem. There's they're both miles away from a terminal, and you can just block their access to it. So really, it's all about killing these 3. And we need to do it away from the guy you see there at the bottom of the screen. We need to do it away from that guy on the ledge. So here's my third attempt at just getting across the bridge. Never mind, never mind getting to a point where I can kill everyone. That's how annoying this can be. So I got to here, so I can save now. And yet, this is actually my 7th attempt from once I'm behind the rock. Sinjin comes back
duty
here.
and honor.
And I've got Marcus in the right position as well. So let's hope this grenade goes right, otherwise I'm going to start swearing. Good, 2 bounces, and Kirk, snipe time. Do it. There you go, all 3 of them down. And it's like, this mission really can go screw itself at times, because that is very, very hard, and the level of, like, I wouldn't say perfection, but you know, the level of accuracy you have to have is ridiculous.
I'm hit. Red alert.
Yeah, you saw him running for the terminal there, and this is the point where I'm thinking, if Raphelion dies, I am going to commit all sorts of murder on my computer. Missed him. But he's running around this way trying to get to the terminal, and now he's going to die. We got him. Phase 3 complete. Well, not quite yet. We've got to scan that nanite pod, because like an absolute moron, I am going to try and get the secondaries on this mission as well. So at this point, I think I've got all the upgrades. Ready. But hey.
I have received your first scan of the pods. In order to pinpoint the time frame in which the pods were used, we will need a reading from the second pod as well.
Okay, open the bridge. Get rid of these bodies after healing up Raphelion.
Certainly.
So the last thing I want is an accidental death from my commanding officer. But this is where you actually see that getting all the upgrades is like a 100% necessity. Yes, I didn't get the upgrade on mission. I didn't get the secondary objective on mission 9, but I have got them all since then, and the fact that you've got extended range with your extended damage with your phasers, extended healing with hypo sprays, these are necessary things. Okay, and again, this is a bit of a combo.
Course.
While no one's watching, get everyone to do everything at once.
I'll fix this.
Brexon, get his body out of there so no one freaks. And funnily enough, this is the hardest part of the mission. This is phase 4. And it only took me 1 attempt, so got lucky, I think, is the phrasing for this one. As you can see, there are 10, I think, Vulcans, something like that. There's 6 there, 1 hogging the console. As you can see, it's like he is stuck on the console. So I'm gonna get one of my guys who have remote mines.
Yeah, sniper time.
For Beta Z and the Federation.
Yep. It's one of the reasons for bringing Yuriana on this mission is the fact that she has proximity mines. Sorry, not proximity mines, remote mines, and that's going to take out this little group. Let's get out of here, across the bridge again before anyone notices. And now I just need to see how far these guys can see, because I don't want to blow up the remote mine and then leave 3 bodies that someone's going to see. So I'm just going to get the timing right here. it is important that you get the timing as right as you can. Again, you could grenade them round about there, but that's a little bit more risky. As it turns out, they can't. No one can see up to that end. So once those three turn round and head back that way, I will kill them all using the remote mine, and then we'll find a way to get to that nanite pod, which is there on the left, and then get back in to hack the system. This is, I think, the toughest mission on the game. But if anyone wants to complain about me pretty much cheesing it, you can all go to hell, ready, considering how hard this mission is. Okay, so that's them down. Brexon, do your thing and get rid of the bodies, just in case I missed a patrol. And we're now going to use another enhancement. Whoa, that was close. Anyway, got out of that. So let's use another enhancement that we have, and that is Ivan and his cloaking shield. So there's the nanite pod that we've got to scan. Now remember, it's only a tricorder scan, not a medical scan. Now, there's a guy that's looking through a cubby hole there on the west wall, but for some reason he doesn't do anything. He doesn't have a terminal there, he's just someone who looks. So, I kind of screw up a little bit here, but I guess it's not that big of a screw up because he ends up not doing anything. That said, I think I probably had the... power left, or at least I probably had the room for error anyway. So I'm going to come down this west wall. I'm going to get Ivan to do it alone, and everyone's turned round now. So, well, when everyone turns round, he can go down this west wall. Come on, right, go. You can see there is someone on that west wall. Resistance is not logical. But that guy can't do anything. He's just stuck running against the wall. So let's cloak. And we're going to scan this pod quickly.
We have analyzed the readings of the pods, and it seems they were activated less than 8 hours ago. This would explain the increase in Vulcan security around the outpost.
Okay, Ivan. And this is the point where I think, right, let's leave while we can. And then I just go, hang on, how much have I got left in that cloaking device? And it's 54%, so I just think, screw it, go for it. 37, 36, 35. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. And that is it, boys. So, there you go. It might be a bit of a cheese, but it's the way to do this mission, I think. Easiest way. Oh, shit.
Finally, we have you. Logic dictated that you would attempt to access our mainframe. It is fortunate that you are predictable creatures. Despite your efforts, we have released the nanites throughout the quadrant. Your failure will ensure a greater destiny for the galaxy. You will soon know the way.
We will see who has who. Now, Commander Data.
Surprise!
An interesting but ultimately illogical tactic. It is too late. You have lost.
Things aren't always what they seem. Incursion. We're ready for transport.
Super intelligent moves. Why can't everyone on Star Trek do that? It'd make things so much easier.
Captain's log, stardate 54991.5. The Wardens released the nanites on an unsuspecting galactic populace, and the results are staggering. orders have been issued from the home world of every empire in the Alpha and Beta quadrants for their ships to return to the nearest friendly world or space station and await further instructions. It is plainly obvious that most of the galactic empires have fallen under Warden control. I have just received a communique from Admiral Nola Tai that we are to abandon our mission and return to Earth immediately, so I can only assume that Starfleet Command has been compromised as well. Our last hope is that we can somehow convince the captured Vulcan to stop the Warden menace.
This is where the game goes down the uncanny valley a little bit, but it looks like we've got a galaxy-spanning contagion on our hands now. How it's happened, I honestly have no idea, but we're going to try and stop it next time. See you then, guys.